Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Buffalo Bills and the entire AFC East. Rumors are swirling around the NFL circles, and it involves a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the division's landscape. We're talking about Grover Stewart, the stalwart defensive tackle from the Indianapolis Colts, potentially heading to Buffalo. Yeah, you heard it right. This isn't just some rumor to blow off. It's gaining traction, and if it comes to fruition, it could significantly bolster the Bills' already stout defense, especially their run-stopping ability. Now let's take a deep dive into what this could mean. Stewart, known affectionately as Big Grove by some of his teammates, is a massive presence on the line. He's a guy who's built to clog running lanes, collapse pockets, and give opposing offensive lines nightmares. The Colts, currently sitting at 3-7 and in the midst of a rebuild, are apparently open to trading Stewart, and the reports indicate they're looking to get a second-round pick in 2026 along with a fourth-rounder in exchange. That's a pretty solid haul for a team in their position, especially when they're trying to clear cap space, around $10 million, to rebuild their offensive line and focus on their future quarterback options after a rough start to the season, which saw them dropping games left and right, including a 0-4 start that sent shockwaves through Indy. The Colts are allowing an average of 26.7 points per game, which is exactly championship-caliber defense, and Stewart's addition to the Bills could be a key piece in turning that around. Buffalo's already got a solid front, but adding Stewart would elevate their run defense to a new level, making them even more formidable against the league's best rushing attacks. Think of it like the boost the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got when they traded for Vita V. Their run defense improved by over 17% in 2025, and Stewart has the potential to do something similar for Buffalo. It's all about plugging gaps, reducing yards on the ground, and making it hard for opponents to establish a consistent rushing game. Stewart's profile is impressive. Drafted 144th overall back in 2017, he's developed into a reliable and impactful player. Over his career, he's accumulated around 300 tackles and 15 sacks, with a PFF grade of 84, one overall, which is quite respectable for a defensive tackle. Especially in 2025, where he's posted 45 tackles and 2 sacks over 10 games with an 81.6 grade in run defense, ranking him among the top 12 defensive tackles in that category. His pass rush isn't too shabby either, with a PFF grade of 77.9, 28 pressures, and 8 quarterback hits so far this season. He's a player who's consistent, durable, and has shown no signs of major injuries. What makes Stewart particularly appealing for the Bills is his ability to anchor the interior line and bring that physical presence that teams like Buffalo need to succeed against the run-heavy offenses of the AFC. His career stats include 9.5 sacks in 2023 alone, and he's maintained a strong PFF grade of 88.3 in 2024. His ability to pressure the quarterback, combined with his run-stopping skills, makes him a perfect fit for the Bills' defensive scheme. Adding Stewart could also help elevate the play of edge rushers like Rousseau, by allowing them to focus more on rushing the passer without constantly worrying about the run game breaking off big gains. Now, why would the Colts consider such a move? Well, as I mentioned, they're in a rebuild and have some pressing needs. They've got around $20 million in cap space, but are struggling with their offensive line, which has given up 29 sacks this season. With a 1-4 start, they're prioritizing their future, especially at quarterback, and are willing to part ways with some key defensive pieces to acquire draft capital. Trading Stewart for a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-rounder makes a lot of sense for Indy, especially when they're also giving up a guy who could help them get more draft picks to bolster their secondary, which has been a weak spot, and help them develop a more complete rebuild. So what would Stewart bring to the Bills? Well, first off, his addition would significantly improve their run defense, a perennial concern for Buffalo in recent seasons. Currently, they're allowing about 120 yards per game on the ground, which is higher than they'd like. Stewart could help bring that number down to under 100 yards, turning their front into a top 10 unit. Plus, his presence would boost the interior pressure, increasing interior QB hits and forcing opponents to alter their game plans. His ability to generate pressure from the inside is crucial, especially when facing mobile quarterbacks like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes who love to extend plays. And don't forget, adding Stewart isn't just about the immediate impact. It's also about that long-term vision. If he performs well, he could be a key piece for the Bills in their quest for another Super Bowl. His impact would be felt not just in stopping the run, but also in creating more chaos for opposing quarterbacks, leading to more turnovers and better field position for Buffalo's offense. His addition could also elevate the overall resilience of the defense, making it tougher for opponents to sustain drives. Looking at the projected impact, if Stewart joins the Bills, we could see a boost in run-stop EPA, expected points added, of around 16%. That's a huge leap, especially considering the importance of stopping the run in close games. The projection is that he'd record around 70 tackles this season, which is a solid number for a defensive tackle. His presence might also reduce the rushing yards allowed from roughly 120 yards per game to under 100, a significant improvement that could help the Bills control the clock better and keep their offense on the field longer. Plus, his addition would likely push the front seven into the top 10 in the league, giving Buffalo a much-needed boost against the league's best rushing teams. In terms of individual matchups, Stewart's comparison to players like Lochalele shows his ability to win against double teams and maintain a high win rate against blocks, 78% versus 65% for Lochalele. He's also been able to generate more QB hits, with 7 so far this season, which would help pressure opposing quarterbacks more consistently. This would be especially effective against teams that rely heavily on their running game or a mobile quarterback who loves to scramble outside the pocket. His disruptive presence could minimize big plays, like the 140-yard rushing performance the Dolphins had against Buffalo in Week 1, by clogging running lanes and forcing teams into third-and-long situations. Now, let's talk about the potential impact on the postseason. The Bills are currently sitting in a good spot, but every win and every tough defensive stop counts. Adding Stewart could be the X factor that pushes Buffalo from a good team to a championship contender. The odds of winning the Super Bowl might see a slight bump, moving from plus 600 to around plus 450, especially in cold weather games where a tough physical defense can make all the difference. Stewart's ability to perform in high-pressure situations, combined with his physicality, could be the extra boost Buffalo needs to get over the hump. And of course, there's the broader division picture. The Colts, after trading away Stewart, might not be immediate contenders, but they're certainly moving in a different direction. They're looking to develop their young core and accumulate draft picks, similar to what the Titans did after Jurrell Casey or what the Raiders did with some of their trades. For Buffalo, acquiring Stewart isn't just about the present. It's about building that sustainable dominance, asserting themselves as the top dog in the AFC East for years to come. In conclusion, this potential move signals a clear message. The Bills are serious about contending not just this season, but for the foreseeable future. Stewart's addition would be a game-changer, bolstering their interior line, shutting down the run, and creating chaos in the backfield. It's a smart, strategic move that could pay dividends in the playoffs and beyond. If Buffalo manages to pull this off, it's going to send a loud message to the rest of the league. The Bills are still hungry, still aggressive, and still looking to bring home that elusive Super Bowl trophy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Stewart would be the missing piece to push us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Keep the faith and let's keep pushing forward.